Hello, and welcome to my channel. I like to cover writing topics, and this is part two of how to develop characters in your fiction book. I talked about part one, and I ended with detailing the characters, which is like where they live, their lineup in as in the siblings, like if they're the oldest sibling or the youngest sibling, what their parents do. That's where I ended part one. Part two, I'm beginning with documenting the details. I talked about this briefly in part one, and documenting the details in character development for you as the writer would be having a separate file or document for each of your characters and having it in a file, or if you keep cards near you when you're writing, however you decide to have the information, be it on the screen or in a notebook. Make sure you're documenting the details and keeping the characters separate, because this makes it easy for you to remember the details and to share the details as the characters develop in your manuscript. Um, oh, another thing, I appreciate you being here. If this information is of any value, please like and share. And also leave a comment of what you would like to see or how it's helping, or if you need specific information. I would love to see comments so I know what to share for the next video. And thank you. Physical character details. This is something most people, they know in their mind what they want the characters to do or say, but it could be the character's height or their weight, or if they walk with a limp, or if they're blind, or if they're deaf, a characteristics that's special to that character. So when you're developing the character, you know to put that on the paper or card or in a memo book or on your computer, however. So when you decide to share specific information about that character, you would say they waited for Paul as he hobbled to keep up. And it could be he has a limp, or he hurt himself and he hasn't healed. It could be whatever you decide, but that differentiates him from the other characters. Um, if that character has an accent, if he loves the summer and he hates the winter, if he constantly talks about he's going to move to a warmer climate because he hates being in the cold. Say, for instance, he lives in Minnesota or Buffalo, New York, where in the winter it gets rather cold and they get a lot of snow. So he may constantly talk about he's going to move when he gets the chance to Florida or California or someplace or even Las Vegas, a place that's mostly warm all the time. So the traits like this are important to put in a book when you're developing characters, especially main characters or the best friend of a main character, so that when this character comes, your reader has a picture in their mind of who this is. And also if that character wears glasses, or if they have green eyes, or if they have gray eyes and beautiful smile, however you want to develop this character, you have to mention these traits as the story unfolds. So that's special characteristic details you want to include. Another revealing trait would be unique, unique to that person. You know, It could be they have beautiful auburn hair that's curly or wavy or full, and it blows in the wind. And, most people wish their hair was this full. And, you know, think of someone in your story that will just always stand out. And how would you describe them? So, this is how I'm just giving you ideas. Of course, you know what the character looks like, but your reader won't know unless you put that information in the story as they come in and out of different scenes. So, again, eye color, if they have a short buzz cut, if they have a pixie cut, you want to mention that. If piercings, they have a nose ring or a tongue ring, if they have spacers in their ears, whatever makes them stand out and is different from the other characters. It's good to always mention slowly as you bring them in to the story. Now, detailed character development is great for vivid and memorable characters for your story. You want the reader to be left with that in mind as they read the book you've created. You want them to later think, I wonder if Paul's leg was ever fixed, or I wonder if Jack's, glasses, if he went ahead and got contacts so he doesn't have to wear glasses to show his beautiful eyes, whatever, I'm making this up. But when you develop your characters, know that you want the reader to fully know who the characters are. So much so that if they walked past someone on the street, they will say, wow, that looks like Mark, from this book, because he's remembering or she's remembering the characteristics that was so detailed, the dark eyebrows and the gray eyes and the curly whatever hair and, the tall stature, whatever. And also, if you're mentioning someone tall, you don't have to say they're 7'3" or 7'2". You could say they bent down to clear the door as they entered the room. And so they know, wow, this person isn't the average height, they're tall, they're abnormally tall if they have to bend to clear the door as they enter a room, so details like that helps when you're developing the characters and when your reader is remembering the details about a character. So basically, that's part 2 of how to develop characters. And I hope this was the information you needed. And if you can, like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.